Hey, what's going on, guys? I figured I'd do a review 1 year later of my Ford F-150. It's a 2016. It has the EcoBoost 2.7 liter V6. Okay, 1 year later, still very happy with the vehicle. Drives great, good gas mileage. Really haven't had too many issues with it at all. Changed the oil every 5,000, rotated the tires, all of that. So we've done proper maintenance. I got about 25,000 miles on it, I believe, somewhere in there. But like I said, everything's holding up well. It's four-wheel drive. I have not used the four-wheel drive, at least not in any regular manner. In the dirt, I put it in four-wheel drive and just kind of gave it gas and drove around for a minute, but really haven't had to use the four-wheel drive as needed. So anyway, it's black. As you know, black gets dirty pretty quick, pretty easy, so that's just the way it is with it. Everything's held up well. I did get the Ford spray-in bed liner that came with it and the ramps. I will say the ramps are fairly useless for what I'm doing, but it just happened to come with this truck, and I just left it on. Since we're back here, I'll start with these tie downs. They're fantastic. There's on the bottom down here, and I believe they're up a little higher up front, up the bed. Yeah, they're up about halfway, so you can see on here, but very convenient, very sturdy. I've had no issues. They don't flex in any way, so they're pretty strong, and I've put some heavy stuff back here. The bed liner works great as far as skidding, or lack thereof. Nothing really moves around, so I'm pretty happy. Like I said, the ramps, I used them once for a riding lawnmower. It was a little more of a hassle than it should have been because the deck of the riding lawnmower was hitting this, so I had to pick up the back and kind of shove it in anyway. And I don't know if you can hear that, but they just rattle. They do have bump stops, little rubber stoppers on there when you tighten it up, but doesn't really seem to do much because on the inside it's metal to metal where they slide out. The LED lights work fantastic. At night they're super bright. Again, something that came with it, and can't complain at all. Backup camera back here, and that's another LED light. When you turn the lights off, everything works fantastic. Towing. I've towed a little trailer, and then I also had to tow one of my other vehicles. It's a light vehicle, an old VW, so the vehicle was only maybe 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. Trailer was about 1,000 pounds, so approximately 3,000 to 3,500 pounds. With the 2.7, towed it fantastic. There was no issues. Easily towed it. Had no problems. I believe the towing capacity for this is around 7,500 pounds, and so I was well under. Had no issues. As far as the interior, in the first video I have of this, I discussed in length all of the options, but I will say tons of space, storage under there. With this folded up, I've actually put two dressers back here on their side, slid them in, and had no issues. So plenty of space in the back. Up front, lots of space. I found it easiest to leave this center console down most of the time. Every once in a while, though, we'll pile 6 or 7 people in here, and we have to lift this up. So tons of storage. Everything works good. The glove compartment, not a whole lot of storage. Not too impressed, but I don't keep too much in there, so not an issue. Plugs worked fine. in charging laptops or cell phones mostly. The cell phones usually just charge down here. I leave one plugged in all the time. It's convenient. Got another lighter plugged down there. Then there's a storage down here. So plenty of storage in there. No issues with any of this. The sink works great. Haven't had any issues with that. Have navigation, radio, satellite, everything works as you would think. So I'm happy with the Sync 3. Screen's nice and big. I will say the last F-150 I had a center console with the shifter in the center. I thought I was going to miss that, because to me this seems very 1980, 1990, but it's actually a big space saver having it up there. Like I said, with the seat, we've used the seat a few times. Right now it's a center console, works fantastic. No issues at all there, and that actually saves space. So big fan of that. It does have a couple of modes, the tow haul mode and the sport mode. This little 2.7 has some pickup. It'll move if you put it in the sport mode. Don't have to do that very often. It just shifts gears really fast and it'll move. But like I said, I don't really ever put it in that mode. So, and I haven't really found a use going up and down the gears that we have here. I haven't really found a use for that, but it's there. Tow haul, I've used that, like I said, when I towed the vehicle, and everything towed fantastic. All of the controls, buttons up here, haven't had any issues with any of those. They all work as advertised. They are plastic, but they're not cheap. They don't feel like they're moving and broke, but all the controls everywhere. Haven't had any issues with those. Opening the doors are super solid. Like I said, it's only been a year, but everything works pretty good. No issues there. As far as towing, like I said, it says it'll tow up to 7,500. I've towed about 3,000, 3,500. Tows it nice and easy with the 2.7 liter. The twin turbos work as advertised. This truck is driven mostly, well, I'd say it's probably half and half city highway. And combined, it gets about 18.5 miles a gallon for me. I know they say it can get 19 to 20, but I'm probably 18 to 18.5, somewhere in there, consistently. It's, like I said, it's half city highway. Even driving on the highway, occasionally it'll bump up a tenth, to 18.4, 18.5, 18.6. It'll go up a little bit, but it's right around the 18.5 mark, give or take. So, very impressed. It definitely does what it's supposed to do. It's a comfortable ride. It is a truck. So, you have a little stiff suspension, but it's a very comfortable ride. I've taken it on some pretty long trips through Florida, up into Georgia, and no issues. Nice, smooth ride. You're up high enough, you can see everything. So, it's not near as loud as the V8 is a little louder. I'm sure some of that's part of the muffler as well. I would assume it has a different exhaust. I don't know for sure, but I really like what we have here. Like I said, this is the 2.7 liter V6 EcoBoost, which is a twin turbo, and works great. I think that's about it. Like I said, 1 year review. This is 1 year later, and I'm happy with the purchase. Does what I need it to do. You also have the 3.5 liter, which is going to give you more towing, a little more power. I didn't need that for what I do because literally 99% of the driving of the truck is just driving people, 2 to 3 people around, depending on when it is. I don't use it for hauling very often, and I don't use it for towing almost never. So most of it's just daily driving back and forth. Like I said, gas mileage about 18.5, give or take. And all the controls work as advertised. This does have a trailer backup. I did not use it because you have to set it up when you get a trailer, and the trailer I got was just a U-Haul trailer that I borrowed and sent it back. Had it for a day and brought it back. So thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, please feel free to message me or just add a comment below. Feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel. I put out videos probably once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks, just depending on what's going on, usually automobile related. A couple other random reviews that I have in there, but that's my review. Thanks for watching.